The following sets out the boundaries of Western theocracy. It is proposed there is a great schism dividing two great bodies of truths or propositions. A body of truths or beliefs is called a theocracy. The two theocracies are the Western and Eastern forms. Eastern theocracy is not just different from the Western model, it is diametrically opposed to it. Western theocracy is grounded in faith. The Eastern model operates on the basis of law. Faith and law cannot be reconciled. In practice, the Western theocratic model embraces Christian fundamentalism, sola scriptura, the golden rule, and the doctrine of the epistemological sufficiency of God. All truth in Western theocracy can be derived from a knowledge of the existence of God. Indeed, Western theocracy postulates that acceptance of the God hypothesis is required if we are to understand reality sufficiently to solve the problems of humanity. God exists is the central axiom of Western theocrats. Western theocracy is based on faith. Eastern theocracy is ethical and depends on rules or religious law to define its parameters. Secularists lump the different versions of theocracy together. Eastern theocracies and secularism have more in common than Western theocracy has with its Eastern counterparts. Secularists group all religions together. But the most fundamental division is between faith and flesh or between faith and power. The highest and most perfect of all conceptions is the idea of God. Therefore, God is the idea we have the most faith in. As the church, believers are to have faith. To build the church is to build up the faith of the believer. The church is a society of believers who live in faith. Our faith creates work that bears fruit. Fruit is an expression of the value we create by specializing. We may be a preacher or gospel singer or plumber or housewife. The categories are general, but our expression of how we build up the church is the way we have specialized to create faith and value. As we build the church and build up the people of God. As we enhance specialization, we increase the power of faith. We become more diverse as a church, more technologically able, more civilized as our faith deepens. Building the church builds an advanced civilization or civil society. The church is a city peopled by believers, by the people of faith. Every advance is led by one person. Progress is an advance in specialization perfected by one master craftsman that leads to the development of civilization. A specialist is a person who has faith in himself. Faith manifest creates a cell. The cell is an outpouring of faith. A cell is a unit of faith created to build up the people of faith. Visibly, the cell is a handful of people who come together to help one another in faith. The objective of the faithful is to build up the faithful by means of organization created to help the faithful. A theocracy is a fund formed by the faithful to build up the people of faith. A cell is a unit of faith. All works of faith invariably prove the existence of God. Daughter cells are the cells created by a division of the mother cell. The test group is composed of the people of faith. The control group is the world without faith. A cell is composed of from 2 to 15 persons. Cells expand to approximately 15 members before division. When a cell reaches maximum size, it divides into 2 or 3 groups. Each cell specializes in some way. After division, each cell specializes a function of the mother cell. Each member of the cell is represented by an account. Accounts are a record of credits and debits. Accounts are contained in a ledger. Accounts are reconciled periodically. The cell is labeled according to its speciality. If the cell provides plumbing services, a name reflecting this is chosen. The mission of a cell is to fund and supports works of faith. Works of faith builds up faith and increases the level of specialization in a community. All works of faith prove the existence of God. The existence of God is proven by the faithful living out the love of God in service to the people of God. A cell selects any specialized activity consistent with the needs of believers as a work of faith. A mission is a purposeful activity directed towards a specific end. The mission of a cell is to demonstrate God exists. The mission conforms to the parameters of a scientific experiment. Cells perform works of faith in a way that can be quantified using a unit of account. A mission encompasses any occupation, trade, industry, or producer of any good or service. The faithful always pay for all value obtained. Expenses are recorded as a debit. Cells always debit the accounts of a purchaser of its goods or services. Accounts are periodically reconciled. Cells are formed as specializations. Works of faith manifest as a specialized way of producing a good or service. The works of faith build up the church and produce civilization. Cells can be registered as a not-for-profit charitable foundation. An account represents a common share. Every account holder is permitted to vote during general meetings. Account holders vote for the chairperson. Chairs form a lower council, the head of which elect a general council. The general council elects its chair. Limited councils oversee the business sector as an executive branch. The general council deals with inter-sector issues. All work done by account holders is paid a living wage. There is no volunteering, all work is paid for. All account holders have an equal right to work. All work is assigned according to ability and availability. All payments to account holders as income is made as a credit to the member's account. When account holders purchase goods or services, the price is debited from the buyer's account. Units of account are transferred from the buyer's account to the seller's account for purchases and to the seller's account from the buyer's account for sales. Account credits may be exchanged for products and services but have no cash value. All payments to account holders are made as credits to the member's account. All work for the franchise is paid as a credit to the account holder. All purchases of product is paid for by a debit to the account of the buyer. The unit of account is based on the value added to the foundation by the work done by the account holder. The unit of account is issued as preferred shares. When preferred shares is used as a medium of exchange, preferred shares is contracted to prefers and designated by the symbol. Preferred shares represent the value of the foundation. Prefers serve as the currency and unit of account of the foundation. Prefers have no inherent or intrinsic value. They exist only as a unit of account. Purchases draw down the credit balance by increasing the debit balance. Payments reverse the process.